Welcome to this episode of the Media Podcast. Today I am your host, James. I am with Jamie. And I'm with Alex.
Bing.
Chilling.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Media Podcast. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Media Podcast.
Coming live from Isla Nublar, or is this in the sauna?
What? What did you just say?
Huh?
What did you just say?
Oh, what's your favorite flavor of Bing chilling?
I like a mint chocolate Bing chilling.
That's an underrated pick because mint chocolate, dynamic duo. You know, my favorite Bing chilling though is plain chocolate.
Only plain?
Yeah.
See, I always like a bit of a Neapolitan Bing chilling.
Neapolitan sucks.
No,
That's
it
the
doesn't.
triple, isn't it?
Yes, that's the triple.
It looks like a poisonous snake as an ice cream.
Which is why it's nice. Imagine a snake like that.
Well, they exist.
No, not those colours, bro.
Welcome to episode 2620.
We have outpaced Joe Rogan.
We've done it. We've finally overtaken our main competitor. I'm Jamie, the main one.
Computer boy Jamie.
Computer whiz Jamie. Joined
if you're the
by
main one, what are our roles?
the side guys. Side
A
guy.
couple of side guys.
Who wants to be side guy 1?
I'll be side guy 1.
Well, no,
Only if I can be side guy 3. I don't want to be side guy 2.
No, I don't want you to
them.
be side guy 3 either. You can be side guy 7.
Can I be free guy 7?
Yeah. Okay. Joined by me is James, side guy 2, and free guy 3. Was it free guy 3? Free guy 7 is Alex over there in the corner, also known as your favorite Martian on YouTube. How we doing today, guys?
Yeah, I'm quite happy, to be honest. I had some.
Why?
So can we actually not say BC? Can we not say the full BC thing?
No, we can say BC, but we can't say the full BC.
Really?
Yeah, we can only refer to it as BC.
Okay.
I did actually have some BC recently. Is it like chocolate cookie dough flavour?
Yeah, I did too, actually.
Yeah, no, I tried it
It was-
because I've got a funny thing about BC where I've got to eat at a certain point, otherwise it's inedible. And
Yeah.
I saw you eat your BC when it was like
At
slop.
a point to you where it wouldn't be edible.
It was not edible at all. It was fucking liquid. It was slop. It was a carton full of slop, and I felt sick watching you eat it because you just ate the whole carton of BC.
Well, what does the C in BC stand for? Exactly. It's meant to... That's what it is, my guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
So what I did was I didn't do that. I took out the freezer and then I ate it instantly, and I kept it, ice. The B in the BC, I ate it like that, and it was really nice.
Right.
So I'm just saying the B goes before the C.
I'm gonna say the BC I had wasn't that good. Alex,
Ask me my favorite search engine.
what's
What's your favourite search engine?
Google?
Bing.
Before we get too deep into the show, I just want to shout out our beautiful, just like incredible, like giants of the shoulders we stand upon patrons over at patreon.com for making the audio version of the show possible and just keeping us going.
Yeah,
So thank you so much.
we're struggling at the moment with the lack
Well,
of.
don't say that. We're not like desperate for anything, but we really appreciate it. And fuck. And as a thank you, we shout you out at the beginning of each month
And you get some early videos. Yes.
when James can be fucked to actually do something about it.
Yeah, Jesus, where were we? that's quite an intro. I don't know how much of both of those will be used because I need to keep the Isla Nublar thing.
Yes, you do.
I don't know what that was a reference
I
to.
have no idea what he was on about, but I liked it.
So how are we doing on this fine Saturday morning?
Fuck you. Alex, do we need to clean the house?
Yeah, it's fucking filth. On this island we're on right now is actual filth.
It's disgusting.
Let's do the housekeeping segment then, where we round off and wrap up some conversations from the previous episode that went too far down James's throat. Oh,
James is having
oh my god, be careful of the candle. Holy shit. Duh. James has just had a really nosebleedy kind of... I suppose I can put my leg over here now. Yeah, where were we? Right, housekeeping, where we clean up some of the fucking disgusting dingles that
have been dropped upon
that have been formulated
the
from
floor.
mosquito blood. Do we really want to do this one?
Yes.
Well, you said yes, okay. Suruk says,
Yes.
for housekeeping, I disagree with your take on the sequels. While I really dislike them and think they are cynical corporate emotionless blobs, I don't think the one way of saving Star Wars is to do a reboot of the sequel trilogy. Not only is that confusing to the lowest common denominator morons, but it's also disrespectful to people that dislike the films. I think the best option to help Star Wars is to leave it alone for 5 to 10 years, maybe have 1 or 2 kids shows and a couple games, and come back to the movies and either set them really far back in the timeline or super far forward in the timeline. That way, there doesn't need to be references to a sequel trilogy, but only come back when a really good story or a vision that comes up. I actually think The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett are really lame in terms of storytelling. It's just marvelizing Star Wars and distracting us with bad, poorly planned out cameos, and I find that more exhausting. I find it interesting how people trashed the Rogue One cameos, but seem to love the equally shitty, clunky mess of cameos in both live-action series.
Wrong. I don't like to be dismissive of people's opinions, but I couldn't disagree more.
Anything in particular?
The idea that to continue Star Wars, you should go really far back in either direction.
It's the Mass Effect thing.
It's I don't care about the stuff happening way before or way after. What's the point? Like that. When George Lucas was making Star Wars, he was telling the important story of that world.
It's the Skywalker stuff. That's the thing.
It's about them.
It's about the family.
Yeah, so what do I want to see? I want to see Luke interact with Han. I want to see Leia...
That's where they probably
interact
messed up
with
most
Luke.
in the sequels.
They
Is that it's not about
absolutely
that
did.
family really anymore. They're more of like a side thing.
Yeah,
Kylo Ren is like, I guess, Han's son, but it's more like, yeah, that's kind of background to the new hero journey with a character who's...
No, it should have started with a story about Luke.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what I want to see.
Well, he should have been the equivalent kind of like Obi-Wan type character.
But in it more than Obi-Wan.
Yeah, his role should have been bigger, but...
So
this is
all that sort of stuff just ruined. So
what do you feel about the cameo thing? Because I had the problem with the cameos in Rogue One, because it's just like, oh, just give me a chance.
Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't bother me as much in like side shit, like Boba Fett, where it's like, this is already like a side shit.
Yeah, exactly. With The Mandalorian, there's different expectations because it's not Star Wars. It's not a Star Wars movie.
So the expectations are lower.
I wouldn't say they're lower, they're just different. And to have cameos from like the other side stuff, well, that's like in their ballpark. That's cool, that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. We can, if we discuss Boba, we can talk about it more, because it does go a bit crazy in that show. But what about this one? Gremvy, very upset at you, James. A lot of respect I have for James is completely gone after his refusal to pay off the bet he agreed to. Can't imagine how shocked and upset Jim is. I honestly think James should not only pay Jim the 50 quid, but also pay each and every Jarling 50 quid. Yes, and this was the one everyone was angry at you for, Jim. I Like Music said this. Love you guys. Also, it's not Troy Baker in Dying Light 2. It's Jonah Scott. And Toya said, correction for Jamie. Troy Baker does not voice the main character in Dying Light 2. It's Jonah Scott. Fun fact, though. Roger Crane Smith voices the main character of Dying Light 1. He also voices Mirage, and it's impossible to distinguish the two voices when playing the game. Jim?
Yeah, that's true. And it's impossible to distinguish between Troy Baker and the guy that voices the
Jonas
protagonist. Jonas
Yeah,
Scott.
to be fair,
I hadn't played the game. I still have not played the game. The only stuff I'd seen was like snippets of his voice in trailers, and you cannot deny that the man sounds like Troy Baker.
yeah.
But I was.
I'm
totally
with you
wrong.
on this. It's not Troy Baker, but hot damn, does it sound like Troy Baker?
Yeah, at points it's really like it would take some convincing.
Yeah.
If it wasn't clear on IMDb.
It's never really been a game or franchise I've cared too deeply about, so that didn't stand out to me. And Troy Baker being in it wasn't. That
And the
surprising.
fact that Roger Craig Smith played the main character of the first game, like it seemed like they wanted to get a sort of well-known voice actor, trustworthy,
Yeah.
a good actor sort of thing.
A couple more here. We've got Coco Z, who says, regarding the motion blur talk, this was talking about Sing 2, where we're kind of mentioning that Illumination has this strange style where this kind of bizarre motion blurring stuff. In 3D rendering, there are two ways of doing motion blur. The fast 2D way, done as a post-process in the compositor, which has limits, and the slow 3D way, done as a part of rendering, which makes the render times a lot slower. So I can assume it's a post-processing kind of money-saving maneuver they're going for,
Right.
which is always good when it's that obviously blatant and easy to spot. Phantom Party says, I love that I can watch 60 episodes in a week and stop watching for 2 years and come back and still enjoy it. Just as much. Love this podcast. 60 episodes in a week.
No, you're fucking lunatic, mate. That's bad.
No, it's not too... It's one of my favourite things is discovering a new podcast or one that I've lapsed on. Some, and the bulk consuming the entertainment.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks, man.
Yeah, I like drip feeding it. 10 minutes every year. That's my tool of consumption.
Two more here before we go into some topics. There's someone angry at me. Ryan Hinojosa. Alex, you absolute hypocrite. You push poor no money-making James to pay his bet, but you won't pay Ralph. On episode 19 of the Sardonicast, you and Adam made a bet that Venom would not be connected or in the MCU by 2022. Ralph said it would. $50 was put down. Where is the $50? Venom barely made the cut, being connected in the last month of 2021, but it did. Pay up, be honest. Yeah, you got me here. I still haven't sent it, and I'm admitting it.
But did you refuse to pay up before?
I didn't refuse, and I haven't intentionally not sent it. Last time I thought about it, I was kind of doing the James thing where I was like, I need to check like my wording because the way it happened. Nah, this one you got to admit, this one is different. This shit's fucked because the way it happened in the movie was not. It's like I think I lost on a technicality. I think because of the way I phrased it, I did lose, and I do owe him that money, and I got to send that money.
But you agree that because of the way you phrased it, it doesn't matter what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
What you said is what binds it.
Yeah.
What's the point of making a bet with someone if you don't follow through?
True.
Because I'm telling you right now, if GTA 6, came out this year, James would be 50 quid wealthier.
I will pay you your 50 quid, just not now. Because it wouldn't
have to be now anyway, right? Because you have until
until
the end of whatever the day.
I have until the end of the podcast. When the podcast ends, I'll give Jamie his 50.
He won't.
Oh no, I will give it to you. It's just it's not this early in the year.
And finally, just to be fair we had a little segment on like Twitch React content and threw some shade at Hassan. Logan Stevens said, say what you will about React content, but I don't think Hassan is a good example for explaining the problems with React content. It is literally a meme in his community that he pauses too much, stretching a 20-minute Joe Rogan clip into 2+ hours. Sure, there might be a couple episodes where he goes AFK to use the bathroom or get some food, but you can't really avoid that being live for 10+ hours each and every day. And that's
Maybe don't fucking stream for 10+ hours, you fucking witch cunt.
I mean, he is a Twitch streamer. That's kind of what they do.
Yeah, but when you're that witch, you kind of don't need to stream for 10 plus hours because you remember he's getting paid. People who are significantly poorer than him are paying him to stream for 10 plus hours. Maybe
you see how it's like a fair point though for them to be like, as none of us are in his community or watch his content, it's easy for us to see the one clip that was like shared around of him reacting to.
Sure, he can go to the toilet, but maybe he's just stopped accepting donations from people poorer than him. Just saying.
Oh, excuse me, Jim.
That's not how the world works. Also, I don't know who the fuck is Hassan.
Yeah. Who the fuck's Hassan?
Streamer. We were talking about last episode.
I don't. Yeah, I know, but like I haven't researched. Twitch streaming, not my thing. I
yeah, all the Twitch content I consume is through clip channels on YouTube that slice it up because I can't be bothered to. That was the whole appeal of like that original, the like TV guide and everything. It's like the show is live at this time. I like, no, I like watching it on my own terms. That's what's cool about YouTube.
It's FOMO, because with Twitch, if you don't watch it within like, it might change on the frequency of when you stream, but if someone streams within like 30 days or a month or two, it's gone. That content's lost forever.
Oh, right.
It's FOMO. That's how they get you in on it. It's like you're gonna miss these really cool gamer moments. It's just feeding the FOMO like addiction. That's why I don't vibe with it. If they don't have like a backup channel.
I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with streaming.
No.
Or watching streamers or being a streamer or anything.
If that's your thing, it's just I don't have the time commitment mainly to like watch a stream.
Yeah.
No, I mostly just wanted to bring it up because I just get fed up of like it's how every conversation is like boiled down into just like clips on Twitter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All the actual like conversations lost.
This one guy did this one thing in this context that I'm not gonna tell you.
And then you only
Isn't it shit?
Yeah, you only get the full picture if you like engage in like comments from
But by that point you're so just fucking angry from
and it's been like like weeks ago and you're like, oh whatever. yeah. It's such like
and then the next thing's cropped up. Kanye's fucking Instagrammed a dick pic or something.
Well, yeah, thanks for mentioning that. We can talk about
why hasn't he done
one of our
yet?
topics. Yeah, so Kanye West, we're fans of his music, some of it, big chunks of it.
All of it.
Especially the Throne one, like that one a lot.
Yeah, Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne, really good album, possibly one of the best albums he's ever made.
But he's been I'd never really followed Instagram Kanye before. Only this last week did I follow him on the Argy Corgi account.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he uses it's very interesting. I'm not.
Well, I want to say this is kind of a new thing, him using Instagram, because do you remember he used to spam Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter used to be the one with the funny tweets. And
yeah, and it would just be non-stop for like a day, and then he'd disappear.
But now it's Instagram. Yeah. A strange mix of like anti-Pete Davidson stuff, like zoomed in screenshots of text to Kim Kardashian, beefing with Apple, and all these weird like. I don't know what the tact is, because at first he was like building up, right, this is like Donda 2's coming out on February 22nd, 2222, that Donda 2 live show is going to be shown or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also the beef and like bigging up the Super Bowl, which like happened in the middle of all this. And he was in like the McDonald's Super Bowl like ad. So at first I was like, what, was he hyping up? Or was he just like hyped that he was in a McDonald's advert in the Super Bowl?
He was going to the Super Bowl. So he was using Instagram while there. He was in the Super Bowl advert, and he was trending above the Super Bowl because he was shit talking Pete Davidson on Instagram. So I think he was just like buzzed off of those three things.
He's a master of marketing.
Yeah, it's like he's so famous that he can just do anything. It doesn't matter what he says, and honestly, what if it is intentional or not? Like, the end result is it just gets a bunch of attention for him.
Yeah, and I think at this point, It's almost like he's an internet personality. Because, like, people have always known Kanye to be that out there guy.
Yeah.
Like, you expect him to go off.
Be outspoken, to be the...
Yeah. So, when he does it, it's just like people kind of buckle up for the entertainment, I reckon.
Yeah. Do you prefer this one over the kind of 2016 TMZ stuff? Remember that, where he was in... That guy challenged him in the TMZ offices and...
Yeah. I think that's better because he seems to really like be absorbed into his own bubble when he's on social media, and like no one says no to him, obviously.
Well, how can anyone? It's like, it seems like it's already too late because it's all like constrained to his mobile phone, so he's just he's like tweeting it, and then Kim Kardashian sees like, oh shit, like
yeah,
make like private texts. Like,
I think his stuff, all that stuff that he's been doing is wrong and horrible. I think he's totally out of line there, and also more selfishly with Donda 2, he's limited it to this is about like nobody saying no to him.
Right,
you can only listen to Donda 2 if you buy his $200 or however much it is in pounds little thing.
Yeah, it's called like the stem player or something. Where the gimmick is like it's got 4 buttons on it and you can play the different stems at like different loudness, so it like accentuates different parts of the song. So if you just want like really deep bass or whatever, you can just play like the beat in the background or whatever without vocals, or just the that kind of thing. Annoying.
Yeah, it's super annoying. It's like it's just totally anti-consumer.
Yeah, but using it like an anti-big like tech big streaming service, like making out that he's suffering as an artist, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't see how him selling Donda 2 via his stem player is benefiting the struggling artists, because he definitely isn't one of them. But he seems to be the only one profiting off of this specific thing.
Yeah, it definitely helps. At least like when they were trying to push Tidal or whatever, it was in the name of like a fairer model for musicians or whatever, and it is like this premium subscription. It was a
platform. Whereas I don't see how the stem player will be a platform for all artists.
Yeah, it seems like he wants to use the hype for an album to help sell a product too. Yeah. That isn't just the album.
So what I reckon is going to happen is that he's going to sell as much of these as possible. When the sales stop, that it just goes on Spotify. There's no way it's not going on Spotify and YouTube and stuff. No way.
Yeah, because he's like posted the track list, and it's like a fully fledged like long ass album. So yeah, and will it even come out on that date? Who knows?
Exactly.
Who frickin' knows? Tell you what I do know though. We got some interesting announcements that I want to hear your guys' thoughts on. So like the Uncharted movies, like hitting the Sonic movie, the second Sonic movie had a trailer at the Super Bowl. The video game shit is going crazy. The Halo TV show has a trailer now, which we haven't talked about. The game shit it's like, yeah, we've like exhausted all the movie IP shit and remaking them again and again. We got to go into the greener pastures, the untapped audiences of younger people who recognize IP. So here's what's next, right? Fallout TV series is being made. Walton Goggins is cast in it. Good ass actor.
He's the main character of the show.
Yeah. Whatever that means, whatever that's gonna look like.
James, are you excited?
No.
I just feel like with like Fallout and Halo, it seems like, man, if you wanted to do this, you've waited like a long time for it. It's like past the, like as a franchise, they're like peak popularity, you know? It's like, especially for like Halo, you'd want to get in on that shit way earlier, like 2007 probably should have started if you wanted some kind of film project to get off the ground, because what you're supposed to, you can't like, yeah, whatever, that's a whole fucking minefield. But the other one is Netflix is making a BioShock movie. A BioShock movie like in tandem with Take-Two or whatever. And the BioShock movie has been one of those like disaster projects that's been trapped in production for like decades.
Guillermo del Toro attached?
No, it wasn't Guillermo. It was the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. He was attached.
Right.
Gore Verbinski, I think he's called. And that was always like, as like a dorky gamer in the early 2000s, like, oh, that'd be cool. Like that's a cool environment for a movie. When you think about it for more than like 2 minutes, though, you can imagine like all the pitfalls that would come with a BioShock movie if they want to do a one-to-one adaptation, which I feel like they would like. I don't know. I don't trust they have the creative muscle to really do anything aside that. But then inherently, by trying to just tell the BioShock story in a movie, you're taking a bunch of the like commentary and message and like the good part of the story away anyway. Yeah, sure, the universe is cool and there's like cool characters and stuff, and it's mostly the setting. I feel like that's the main thing. And doesn't you trust Netflix to fulfill that like vision of like a rapture or whatever?
Me looking forward to a BioShock movie would really depend on the people working on it, and knowing that it's a Netflix movie does not make me excited.
Yeah, I suppose Netflix did like publish Arcane, I guess.
Yeah, there are good Netflix movies.
No, but I specifically brought up Arcane because of the game link.
Yeah.
But it's also like when people point as that as the example, it's like it's funny that like the best example is like hardly even like that linked to the game. You know, it's not like trying to one-to-one retell the story of the game or. You know, like whatever this like HBO Last of Us think. Oh, there really are a lot, aren't there? But it's like racking up now.
It's really like snowballing.
Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. It doesn't just seem like a good idea inherently, because it's this like cannibalistic cycle where it's like, movies are like heralded as like the best thing. So then video games in being cinematic copy movies, but now like the film industry is like so stretched on this level, they're like going back and like copying. It's so fucked. Yeah, like we've talked about it over and over, but the idea of an Uncharted movie, stupid. And that Halo show, I do just want to briefly touch on it. Yeah, we can talk about it.
From what I've seen, I think it looks quite bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Again, just really like it's not like canonical, so they're like changing a bunch of stuff. There's like a human covenant that's like controlling hunter worms or something. It's really fucking weird and seems cheap, and it's not on. If it was on HBO, maybe.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I don't think Halo is even like it just doesn't work for film to me.
Yeah. You'd have to really go in for like a strong like style of some kind, a strong vision, just like a generic super soldier show with like loads of Spartans, like with what they're trying to do. It doesn't seem like that's going to be enough. But
the main problem with a lot of video game movies is that the whole idea is based around it being a video game. So when you put that into a movie, it just does not compute.
Yeah, especially games like Uncharted, Halo, and BioShock.
Yeah.
All of them. Like, the thing that makes them stand out is that it's an interactive video game. Yeah. And the best parts of all three of them come from that fact. So, not having that, they're gonna have a tough time. Because even, like, there's talks of, like, Mass Effect shit coming back. Like, it just seems like just any well they can try and fucking mine.
James, would a Call of Duty movie work?
They already exist.
I don't know why they don't lean more into like the Arcane thing, and hopefully Arcane will spur this on. Like more animated stuff, because at least then you can have like the voice. You miss a bunch of the inherent pitfalls. Like, why could the Uncharted movie not be like animated and just kind of look like the games, but just have more of a, controlled, Like, it's just like an animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have the voice actors and you can have
Yeah.
all the stuff you'd expect. Yeah, it
It's
just
animation for babies.
it does just come to it.
That is it.
Which hopefully stuff like Arcane will break a little bit, but
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
because like that, like an animated Bioshock movie with like a cool art style, suddenly that's more interesting to me than
Just
like trying to live action like a Big Daddy, and
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that sounds janky as hell.
yeah.
But they can't tell the Bioshock story.
I'm picturing like an Animatrix type deal where it's like the Fall of Rapture animated or something. You know?
Yeah.
You could do stuff like that. But again, it's just like so fucking late. Bioshock came out like 2006, 7? Or no, 2008, wasn't it? Yeah.
I just hate in general the milking of IPs.
Mm-hmm.
It gets so tiresome. Just let me fucking see no idea.
It comes from just a...
If you want to like write a story about the fall of some great city, make your own thing.
Mm-hmm. It's too risky.
There's also the Apex animated TV show. That's also another one, but that's probably going to be good.
Is that like confirmed?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, we were talking about like Bungie being sold to Sony. Apparently one of their biggest motivators for doing that is the transmedia. Like, they want to push Destiny as a franchise into the film space, into the TV space.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Sony has the like... Suddenly that deal makes a bit more sense when you see it through that lens. But a couple more things I want to shout out on this note. Something I actually saw a trailer for that was kind of like, oh, forgot about this shit. I can't believe it's like happening. But Telltale Games is back and they're doing Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah.
Or season 2 or whatever. I'd completely forgotten about it because Telltale obviously died like a few years ago. They completely went bankrupt. Never figured I'd get another season of Wolf Among Us because that was the one that like stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
Despite the obvious like Walking Dead shit, but that like just fell into that was like the trend at the time. Wolf Among Us was like weird and cool and stylish and
it was. Yeah, it always stood out as it was like a super unique. It
Mhm.
really fit the sort of detective.
Yeah. The main character was a detective.
Yeah, it really
like,
fits that type of game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that mood and that music. I went on YouTube and was just going through the soundtrack again because that was one of those soundtracks I would fucking rinse. So I was having that weird like, whoa, this is like triggering a bunch of memories from that time going through the whole soundtrack. Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. Like, the fuck are you laughing at over there?
Do you remember when you got the Wolf Among Us soundtrack?
Like I ripped it all off YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, and we had to name each track.
Oh,
Like,
because at the time the only way to listen to it that was available was like someone had just ripped the audio files straight from the game and uploaded like one big long audio file called like the Wolf Among Us soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, so there were no official names for the tracks.
Yeah, so we had to come up with names.
Do you remember what, they were pretty a broken titty sprinkle?
Yeah, that was one of them. Stands out. My favourite one was Strippers Combo, the song that played in the strip club.
There's a strip club in it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and play it.
No, the whole gimmick is it's like fairy tales but really edgy.
Yeah. It's edgy as hell.
I like edginess.
Yeah, based on, I think it's a graphic novel called Fables. Yeah, it was really cool, and I think it ended on like a cliffhanger.
Huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, because then like the Game of Thrones one came out, and Batman one came out, and like Borderlands came out, and they just
Borderlands.
It just kept doing more and more and more, and it was like, no, wait, all of these end with cliffhangers. Just give us like
And
more.
they're not using that awful engine anymore. They're working on Unreal now, and it looks clean.
The screenshots look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They look really good.
So thank God for that. And it's nice to have like a game like that to look forward to. Last but not least, before the mid-break, Transformers Rise of the Beasts is coming out. Just want to throw that out there. Someone posted like a poster on the subreddit. And I was like, oh, that looks real. That looks really real. And I had to do some research because it was like a close-up of a gorilla with like bits of robot around his eye or whatever. It just looks real. And then I found out it's like a DeviantArt fan poster. But yeah, Rise of the Beasts. You hyped for that one, Beast?
Rise of the Beasts? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Talking about milking an IP.
Gonna milk you in a minute.
Alright, see you after these messages.
Life can be a dick sometimes, so get your dick from out your hand. And don't be a dick, wear a dick. Dick the Head t-shirts available now. Check the description below.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second half of the show where we head over to Reddit. We head over to Reddit and we answer a few Reddit questions.
If you want to leave your own, head over to
Reddit.
the Jar Media subreddit suggestion thread. I just want to throw that out there because I feel like it's been maybe a month since we've actually said like the real place to go.
FNAF.
Something is happening on Reddit where the Jar sub is like being suggested. It's like been wedged into like a Reddit algorithm. I don't know how Reddit works.
I've noticed a lot more people are joining. I don't know
it's
why.
It's been like wedged in, probably because of the FNAF subreddit. Like inherently being linked
genius.
to it.
It's the best decision of our life.
Yeah, so like it rocketed past like 10k users on the Jar one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hullery's going to get us going with an interesting one. In episode 81, post-Crackhead, by the way, it was mentioned that prior to recording the episode, Alex had written or drew a face on every beverage in the refrigerator. As he was seemingly going to explain himself, the subject quickly moved on to either Halo 2 or Marvel. Question, why the fuck? Question 2, is this sort of thing a regular concurrence, they put.
Alex is literally a crackhead, has always been a crackhead. It's basically just a crackdown.
Do you have any memory of this? Because I vaguely do.
I have
a
a memory because it annoyed me. It was one of those things.
What annoyed you?
It was one of those things you did specifically because it would annoy me.
What do you mean?
You did
Why
it
would
to
it
annoy
annoy
me.
you? You wouldn't
Because
have even
it did
been
annoy
drinking
me.
the beverages back then.
No, of course I wasn't, but it annoyed me because I found it cringe.
What?
What did you have the problem with?
Drawing faces on things in the fridge is a bit.
I've got no memory of this.
You definitely
Well,
haven't.
I don't either. That's why I'm banking on you to refresh my memory.
Because you found it really funny, and I didn't.
I mean, that does sound kind of funny.
It really wasn't funny.
It sounds harmless to me. Why did it anger you so deeply?
Because that was the edgy era.
Wow,
with
that's cringy.
Yeah. So that just annoyed me. It wouldn't annoy me now.
Yeah, it would.
Do it. Find out.
What was the second question?
Is this sort of thing a regular concurrence?
Alex does weird things a lot. We all do weird things.
I don't.
We all do weird things a lot.
don't.
We're quite weird.
No, I don't.
I didn't even consider that one that weird. Right, seeing as we were like talking about a bunch of stuff that's been revealed or whatever, there's actually another one from Moniac who says, thoughts on the new the Lord of the Rings of Power TV show trailer. Did you see this?
It looks cheap.
I saw a screenshot, I think. Yeah. Just
I don't
fucking-
care. I don't care about Lord of the Rings. Like, Lord of the Rings, it has a place in my heart, and my heart's not open to more Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, we've got it.
We've got
We've got
perfection.
what we
We've had
need.
the story.
We
We've
We
had
have
the
it.
story.
They're gonna tell a story that is the backstory of the story.
I don't care about the backstory.
Yeah,
We have the story.
I'm happy with the story. You know?
Yeah, in fact, there are 3 movies that like had to come out when they did, and are like a miracle they came together the way they did, and they've had like a renaissance, like the past 5 years of like, yeah, fuck, man, look, this shit's how you do it. This is like crazy filmmaking on this scale that it
Yeah.
worked out that way, and the risks involved and everything.
Is it the best trilogy ever made?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
can't think of another one that comes close.
Yeah.
What's the second best?
Considering the fact that it is, especially on top of everything, adapting one of those
Yeah.
like novels or
Yeah.
stories. It's not like an original like film trilogy or something. The fact they do it justice, and like how many properties that are adapting something like that can pull that off without like pissing off like purists, or obviously there are some out there.
This is the thing, you're forgetting that it did piss off purists. Someone's found an archive website and seen all the reactions to the trailers for Lord of the Rings back when they first came out.
Yeah, I saw that trending on Twitter too. But
Yeah, but people were like hardcore fans were pissed. So it would have the same reaction as a new thing would now.
well, they're always going to exist, but like,
yeah,
it's a crazy accomplishment, and I don't know what this new show what itch it can really scratch, aside from maybe trying to go for like a Game of Thrones kind of thing. But even then,
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I really...
It's not about that.
They've spent so much money on it. They've
Billion.
spent more than making those movies in the early 2000s probably cost. They probably spent more on this show.
Yeah.
Done with it all 123 says, first time commenter here. As an Irish Jar fan, it kind of feels odd when I hear you make jokes around the word Dingle, because there is actually a town and very popular tourist spot over here called Dingle, with a walking trail near it called the Dingle Way. I thought you would find this amusing. Anyway, thanks a lot for the videos. I'm a new fan, and the casts are really helping me through my exams.
You're welcome.
I want to go to Ireland.
I want to go to Dingle Way.
I want to go to Ireland, buy a twin cam and do some fucking wings, lad. That's all I want to do.
Some wings?
Some wings, lad.
Some wings, lad.
Some wings, lad.
Are you doing like an Irish? That sounds more like Northern.
I don't know. Just wings, lad is an Irish thing.
Wings, lad.
Wings. Do wings, lad.
Oh, rings?
Wings, lad.
Donuts?
Yeah, do
In a
wings,
car?
lad.
Oh, a car
yeah,
thing?
yeah, do wings, lad.
Oh.
Rings, lad. So
Rings, lad.
two separate words.
Rings, lad.
Rings, lad.
Rings, lad.
So you don't want to go to Dingle Way?
I'd go to Dingle Way.
I'm impartial to Dingle Way.
I want to stroll down Dingle Way.
I want to hop, skip, and jump down Dingle Way.
I want to slide down Dingle Way.
Drift down Dingle Way. Crowbar in the Wind says, have you guys ever considered making commentary tracks for movies? I know YMS and Red Letter Media have released some. I'm just curious, what do you think of the idea?
We're not funny enough.
Yeah, we're cringe.
Yeah. Although we do need to do something with all those movies people have sent us.
Yeah, I know, and we've got the setup to do it. But instead of doing that, we watch funny animal videos instead. If you want a commentary track on like orangutan videos,
Well, I mean, if Hassan can react to all these vids, why don't we just like watch Shane Dawson videos and...
yeah, why don't we just?
Bruh.
Why don't we just?
No.
have a-
No. The answer is we just put YouTube autoplay on, all go to bed, wake up the next day, be like, yo,
No,
what's
hang
up?
Even better, record some like generic reactions on like a green screen of us just sitting
Oh,
idly
shit.
like reacting every now and again.
Yeah, if we make some GIFs, like really long GIFs.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then like just have like 10 of each, and then just like take the latest Shane Dawson upload, just put it there, put the green screen like footage of us reacting on top. Doesn't even need to
And
like
then-
matter. Like,
and then when we
contextually.
come back, we can see that people have donated like a £5,000 for the stream. You know, easy money. Work smarter, not harder.
Oh, we have one for you here, James, from Rip Flood.
Oh no.
As someone who's never played a Halo game, except ODST, is the series worth playing?
No.
I own the Master Chief Collection just to replay ODST.
Just don't bother.
If you've already gone far enough to own the MCC, why would you
Yeah,
not
you might
play
as well
them?
just play the good ones on the MCC.
Unless you just bought ODST or something.
What do you consider the good ones on the MCC?
1, 2, 3.
I would say 4 and Reach.
Foreign Reach.
Just joking. I would say play the original trilogy. God damn it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Or play 1, 3, Reach.
No, you got to play 2. You need the context.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you do. Think about it like if you've never played it, just for like the game history, just to go through it. And
I think I need to replay Halo 2.
yeah, it's the
I
most
like
quotable
Halo 2.
one as well.
Yeah, it's so frustrating because the story is so good, but I think it's got like the weakest structure.
Yeah, like the mission design and everything is weaker
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
as fun. But yeah, I can get down with it for that reason. Chuffer McDonald says, Alex, Jim, what is the biggest fight you've ever got in with each other?
It's been on the fucking episode. Jesus Christ! Why did you ask?
Yeah, there are a
which
few in
episode?
casts.
What?
You
There's
literally
that cast that
fucking
opens with you
strangled him
like
on the
assaulting
fucking
me,
episode,
right?
Jamie. How the fuck did you forget?
Yeah. Good thing I didn't press charges
Jesus.
for that.
I actually had totally forgotten about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I've witnessed a fair few fights, and that was the most shocking to me.
The Jolings didn't even have any context for that one. That was right at the end. Yeah.
It's right at the fucking beginning, idiot.
The
There was-
biggest fight. Well, what do you think the answer is?
To be, when this question makes me think of a time period where the most fights probably were happening, which would have been. I would have been early secondary school. You would have been late primary school. So I was like year 7, 8.
But you got the confidence to bully Jamie.
No, you don't need confidence to bully your younger sibling. That's the whole point. It's just the absolute power thing, you know? Like it's just
Yeah.
the way
I was
humans
the
work,
youngest. I was the
Yeah,
youngest.
so surely you know. Surely your
Yeah, like-
sisters fucking fucked you up.
Well, yeah, but no, but
Yeah, see?
the sister who actually bullied me really bad blamed my older sister. So my older sister got years worth of punishments for nothing she did. And my parents only found that out recently that, the sister we've been telling off for like 10 plus years was actually innocent the whole time. Just like...
No, I was thinking about this the other day. Just how much the dynamic changes when there's 3 instead of 2.
Yes, trees.
Suddenly it's like a 3-way.
It's mind games then. Because you got
Well, surely
blame
there's
everyone else.
always one that's like playing the sides, like picking based on the conflict. Like
Yeah, the middle
which
one.
side makes more sense.
Because the parents assume that it's the oldest always bullying the youngest.
Mm.
So if you're the middle one, you can just torture your younger sibling and just blame the older one, and you'll be fine. My sister fucking abused me regularly.
And yeah, there's just nothing you can do.
No, because
It's such like proof of human nature.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like that animalistic, just like
Yeah.
I'm inherently larger than you,
Mm-hmm.
so I have power.
Bully time.
Yeah.
It's Bully Maguire. Just that's your just life at that point.
As far as the biggest fight, though,
Yeah.
it probably is the nut punch incident, right?
Actually, no,
The Halo
you've-
3 ADST.
Yeah.
nut
Speaking
punch.
speaking of ODST,
Yeah.
What is the nut punch
that the one?
incident? Oh, is this when you punch you in the nuts?
no, because like we finished ODST on the hardest difficulty, the achievement didn't pop, so I started getting annoyed, which I obviously took out. I took it out on Jim, and I must have been such a dick that he just fucking smacked me, which I definitely deserved.
How old were we when ODST came out?
Yeah, that was like 14, 15, surely.
What year did it come out? Was
What
that
is it?
2010
Yeah,
or 2009?
2009 or 10.
No,
Two-
Reach was 2010.
I thought Reach was 2011.
Oh, you're right. Oh, fuck.
I think it was 2009. 2 years after Halo 3, right?
Yeah.
So was I year 9? I would have been a teenager.
Yeah, I would have been in primary school for 2007.
Yeah, you would have been like year 6, me in year 9. That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe year 7.
Anyway, it resulted with me being smacked.
Yeah, from
Nuts.
memory, I kind of got in trouble for that.
You did. I remember you getting in trouble.
Yeah, because if I was smacked in the nuts, I would have like really fucking hammed it up.
You would have done your reaction.
Yeah.
I can picture it so perfectly, but I just can't explain.
I
way you
remember
react.
you used to have this problem with your scalp.
What do you mean?
You had like an itchy scalp or something for a period.
Oh yeah, no, I still have that. I think it's like a weird anxiety thing.
Really?
Yeah, because when I was like 12, when I went to like specialists, got like all this like crazy stuff. They took like samples and everything. They could never find anything.
I remember you saying shit to me like, "This is your fault because you always pull my hair." And I was like,
"Damn, that's fucked."
But I was like, "What? I like don't." What the fuck are you talking about?
God, yeah, I don't even remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine saying it though.
Yeah, I don't have any fun stories like that. They were just normal.
You don't have like the biggest fight with one of your sisters in your mind?
Oh no, the biggest fights with my sisters were all not when I was a kid. Actually, when I was an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because we just wouldn't agree, and it would just cause this huge fucking fight.
When you say fight, you mean, I guess, verbal, not like swinging punches.
Well, we've never like had a fight. It's always been one-sided.
Yeah.
Because the second I was capable of like,
fighting back, defending yourself, really.
Yeah.
When the gap started to like decrease in terms of mass.
Yeah.
You sort of stopped being a twat.
Yeah. Especially because, you started like, you were doing like push-ups and stuff.
You're just doing like 100
I watched
push-ups.
like Batman Begins and saw Batman doing push-ups and that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Batman.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Fretful Porcupine says, "Boys, we need more Billy content. How's she doing? Would love to see her on video one of these days."
My mammy actually just sent me a video of Billy eating tuna.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. Deserved.
Yeah. No, my mum hates Billy.
Mm-hmm.
But she's always like sending me pictures of Billy, like, "Oh look, she's just monged out in front of the fire right now. Oh look how weird she is right now, lying over there."
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll get like a selfie of my mum watching The Office and with Billy on her lap and shit like that. No, Billy is living the life,
Yeah, I love Billy.
killing rats and sleeping.
I had to look after her over Christmas, and she was just the sweetest animal. I love her so much.
She is. She actually loves people.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really does.
I didn't even try to find her. She found me.
Hmm.
She hunts you down for affection. She's great.
Yeah, I'd happily have Billy on the cast. It's just some of the other residents who might have an issue with it.
One resident.
Yeah, one in particular.
Just one small one.
One kind of fucked up boy at the moment.
I reckon in this house, Paisley could live with Billy in the same house and
never know.
never know.
Yeah. Yeah, she is that level of...
Yeah.
What's the word? When you're just not very sort of...
Ditzy.
Well, you're not really surveying your environment with much detail, you know? You're just kind of existing.
Yeah. She's got like a bug brain.
Fuck has one. Do you guys have any songs, movies, or media that are capable of transporting you back to your childhood? I don't mean this in a general, I did this when I was younger feeling, but a feeling so overwhelming that it stops you from what you're doing and you have to take time to think about how fast time has passed. Yeah, I got a bunch of those. Like, I kind of had that, I wouldn't say it's full childhood, but for the Wolf Among Us thing, when I was listening to that, it was like, whoa, taken straight back to what I was doing, where I was.
I'd say Demon Days.
Yep.
That whole album.
Yeah, there are a few Beatles albums that do that.
The number one.
That Bruce
red
Springsteen album,
Yeah.
Springsteen album about 9/11. That one takes me back to childhood. Bionicle music.
So I've only got two, and they're different eras. It's like super young childhood is Ridge Racer Type 4.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
The next is the soundtrack of GTA Vice City when I was like, whenever that came out.
But what about like
That's it.
what about like Discovery?
No, I don't. I remember them in the background, but GTA Vice City was a core part of my life. Being a kid, not knowing how to do anything, but knowing to do in the cheats with all the.
Do you not have like early fond memories of that, like watching Daft Punk on YouTube type stuff and like
Yeah,
clips
what about
from...
Ram?
Yeah, Ram.
That was like a core event in all of our...
Yeah, right. No, yeah, that's like a different. I'm thinking of just childhood. That's like just because of the context of the question, and that's just GTA Vice City and Ridge Racer.
You know what? Star Wars Battlefront 2, the music they use in that.
Yeah. Yes, it's the love theme from Attack on the Clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the menu sounds from Battlefront 2.
Yeah, yeah.
You hear that shit and it's like, whoa.
I would say on a similar beat, like the Lego Star Wars sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just anything that you would have heard a ton of times.
The music that plays at the end of the levels.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is the Anakin pod race song.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Actually, no, that pod racing game is actually a fucking cool memory.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I would say, again, broadening childhood to like include like kind of teenage years, whatever, because that's a while ago now, but
We're old and
like fucking even Skrillex and shit earlier. What was the funny one with the Me Man Lives in a Bin song?
Pendulum.
Even Pendulum does it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that's the type of memory where I'm like, oh, not like
because
not
you
pleasant.
love Pendulum. They were your fave.
They were,
You fucking love
Yeah,
that shit.
I like
and
a
I
few
still do.
Pendulum songs.
Fucking Pendulum's the fucking bomb.
Release me. That is such like teenagery music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Like, angsty.
unfiltered edge.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
I love it.
This one's kind of fucked. From Joe Thompson 5314. Got a legitimate question for you boys this time. So one of my friends told me a story about how one of his co-workers kept stealing his lunch at work. So he decided to purposefully put expired meat inside a burrito and brought it into work. Not sure how far gone it was. And later one of his co-workers had to take like a week off of work due to food poisoning. In this situation, do you think my mate was in the wrong for purposefully making a lunch that would have caused food poisoning with the intent of the thief eating it? Or was the lunch thief just getting what he deserved for constantly taking what wasn't his?
Yeah, no.
Would love to hear your opinions, thanks.
That's a biblical story.
Yeah, there's like a moral...
Yeah, there's a total
There's a moral
to
quandary
that.
going on there.
Because, like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say this with absolute confidence because I'm sure there are some people who have died from food poisoning. Food poisoning most of the time isn't going to be, like, cause you any problems by being sick. You're just going to get sick and you'll be fine. So just getting a little bit sick because you've been a cunt constantly,
Yeah.
fair enough. That's completely reasonable.
But do two wrongs make a right?
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it's not a wrong. He's making his own lunch.
He's teaching him a lesson. That person's not going to steal food again if they've just got food poisoning.
Yeah.
Some people have to learn the hard way, and this person has, and fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, arguably the best thing to do would have been to confront the guy and just be like, why are you eating my lunch?
No, but they don't know. What about if you don't know? What about if you don't know
you don't know
stealing?
who's doing it.
Yeah, so you only know who's done it once they've not turned up for work
Yeah,
for a
that's the
week.
point. And then you can confront them.
Yeah, be like, oh, you got sick? Yeah, don't steal my food.
But I'm
Boom.
thinking, what about an extreme scenario where the person who steals the food like
Is laxatives.
has an awful reaction to it and straight up dies?
Yeah, that would
That would be fun. Yeah, but it's like
But then who is responsible for that? Surely it would just be marked as they ate something.
yeah. It just
they ate rotten meat and died.
you would the person who
he
put food.
chose to eat it. To food like that he didn't prepare. He didn't know if it was...
No, they can't possibly trace it. So it's like, yeah, the person
I
who's
think-
killed the guy is probably going to be morally fucked for a while, forever, because they've just killed someone.
But they didn't. It's like...
Yeah, how would they know?
They knew they were making a toxic sandwich or whatever.
See,
burrito.
no, I've eaten
Yeah.
meat before it's good, and after it's gone bad, and I've been fine every time. So if you really want to cause someone pain, just stick loads of laxatives in it. Because when they're in the toilet shitting their brains out, they can't. You kind of know. That's not food poisoning. That's just loads of shit. So I think that's like the option, because then you can confront them the same day, and be like, you're shitting yourselves because you ate my
tact
food.
is much smarter than like rotten moldy meat.
But if you bite into a sandwich and it's full of pills, then you're like gonna notice.
No, you could like
Yeah, no,
put
you can
some
infuse.
powder.
Yeah, you can get like laxatives, like butter.
No, but I'm thinking like you bite into a sandwich with out of date meat, like days out of date.
You'd notice.
Surely there's gonna be an aroma in your mouth.
Yeah, you'd know.
Yeah, so you'd have to be
Like,
desperate
depends,
to
like
eat
if-
the whole thing.
If it's like smeared in some kind of like spicy sauce.
It's like
Yeah,
how.
that's a good point.
Because how rotten it's like, because every piece of meat you buy has like a use by date, and the use by date isn't accurate really. If it's 1 or 2 days, it's fine. The meat's fine.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Like ham. I mean, I make lunches of ham, and it's like sometimes the ham's like, oh, it expires on the 14th, and I've made one for the 15th. That ham's
Yeah,
fine.
But I
there's
wouldn't
no problem.
say that, you know.
You would no, but the thing is with meat, you can smell it from a fucking mile away if it's a bit funny. So if you picked up a random sandwich that is some your colleague made and it fucking stinks, maybe don't eat it.
How about this? 2 separate statements. Don't steal people's food, and also don't poison people.
No, but
if someone
you
is
aren't
stealing
poisoning someone,
yeah.
if your food is being stolen, you're not poisoning them. They're stealing your.
You're poisoning yourself.
If you know there is someone that is stealing your shit every damn day, you are intentionally poisoning them to find out the truth.
Yeah, that's the only
Do you
way.
understand what I'm saying?
You're saying that
Just because
it's on them
just
because it's their actions.
yeah,
And if they didn't make that
they are
choice,
the one choosing to steal
But at the same
your
time,
item.
but you've made your item bad on purpose to fuck with them. That's malicious intent.
No,
It's
but
malicious intent on both ends.
it's not completely morally like in the good to have a poison sandwich. Like it's like a bomb waiting to go off. It's like, you know, when when you rob a bank or whatever, and there's the bag with the paint like that explodes in your face when you
Die
open it.
pack.
Yeah, it's kind of like that sort of concept.
Yeah, I was thinking of that because that would be the ideal. In the lunchbox, have a die pack.
Yeah.
But I don't know where you buy die packs.
I would.
But I'd argue in a court case, if this person died from the poison sandwich.
That's an extreme case though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
No, but
taking this
actually-
to the extreme so we can.
But surely,
find-
if
What is the legal answer if we're talking within
I would
the law?
say it's not the guy's fault that poisoned the sandwich.
no, he'd get done for manslaughter. Because even if it's not his fault,
because
he's
it would
still.
come down to a jury, and we'd be having this discussion as the jury.
No, you
That's the
don't.
point of
That's
the
not.
jury.
That's not how jury works now. They just go on Twitter and make a poem, whatever answers what their choice is.
That is a jury. That is what a jury is. It's Twitter.
I just think if someone's stealing your food, just go the laxative route. It's safer.
Right, so is this sandwich murder or not?
No, but do you guys think it's murder?
No. If anything, it's manslaughter at the most, because that's accidental murder.
But isn't there... I remember that movie where there's like a crazy hypothetical where it's like someone fires a gun in one room, like out a window, but someone simultaneously is like committing suicide.
Yeah.
And as they fall past the window, they're shot and killed by the bullet. And legally that still counts as like killing them or something.
Even though they were killing themselves.
Even yeah. Well, that's like how technical it gets. I could have got that a bit wrong. It was
No,
years ago I
I've heard
watched,
that kind of.
yeah.
If you, it's man.
Anyone who knows the law, just leave a comment.
We need a break. We need a dissertation from you, just explaining the sandwich conundrum.
Just explain all the laws.
Yeah,
Yeah, every law.
but
Starting with law 1, ending with law...
but
how many are there? Like 9?
Can you be like sued for damages if you put laxatives in your sandwich and then they shit themselves? Can you not be fined for damages?
What, to their underwear?
Well, no, what about if they don't
Yeah,
stop
because what if
shitting?
like they tried to make the case, yeah, I was going to grab my lunch and I just happened to grab the wrong lunch. I bite into it and now I'm poisoned.
That's a very good point. because if
No,
they,
but that's
if they pull that,
If it's what can you say against that?
But what if your office building has multiple thieves and they're all stealing other people's lunches?
Yeah,
So
we didn't think about the multi.
the one who's stealing your lunch for last week isn't stealing the one that's been poisoned.
so everyone's stealing everyone's lunch. Yeah,
So
what if they think it's a communal fridge?
Yeah.
That which, yeah. Because then you've poisoned someone and possibly killed them when they've done nothing wrong. So that is murder.
Yeah, or what if they're having to spend all their money on their family's medical bills, and they can't afford to feed themselves, but they can afford to feed their families, and they need to eat the food that's at work.
Yeah, he's in like some
Otherwise
fucked
they'll
up
die.
contract that's made it so he hasn't been paid for a couple months. He's scrounging to get by.
Mm.
He's like gonna faint before this meeting, and he's gotta eat.
Yeah, and then he brings in that final sale that they needed to keep the company going, so that everyone could keep their jobs, and then you just killed that man. No, you guys have convinced me. I'm saying this guy's guilty.
The sandwich maker.
Yep.
We weren't arguing that.
Yep, he's guilty. He's guilty as fucking sin, man.
No, that's a good one.
See,
That's a
That
good
was a
one.
really good question.
Yeah.
he actually popped up at my work recently because someone stole someone's lunch.
Ooh.
Oh,
But
so,
this is
so the
the-
idea of poisoning them came out.
No, the
They
thing
tried
of
to
this
kill him.
the thing of this situation is, I'm not going to dox, but this person makes on a Sunday evening makes the 5 days worth of lunches and then leaves them all in the fridge. So on Monday there's 5 meals, and someone took one of the days worth of meals.
Sandwiches.
Yeah,
But surely that sandwich that you eat on Friday is going to be fucked.
This
it's
is
gonna
what
be,
the person
soggy
does.
and-
Yeah, I made this one on last Sunday.
but someone did this at my work, and someone stole one of these sandwiches, right?
Fucked his whole week.
And there was a big message going around. Oh, if you want to steal sandwiches, here's the fucking food bank.
Ooh.
No, it was a food bank letter with the address and everything, and it was like, yeah, you're just hating poor people. Come on, fuck.
Fuck me.
But stealing someone's lunch is shit. That is a shitty move.
Yeah, it is. Because in a workplace, you're all there together, like, in that oppressive space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everyone's looking forward to their lunch because it's their fucking break. They get to just
Yeah, it's
eat.
the highlight of the day.
Yeah. So stealing someone's lunch and taking that pleasure away from them.
Mm.
You're fucking with the rules. The only way the rules work is when everyone abides. So it's chaos once people start stealing each other's lunches, you know.
Mhm. Anarchy.
I've yet to have my lunch stolen, so I'm safe. But when they do, they're gonna fucking shit themselves.
Wait, yeah, they'll be going to the doctor. Like,
I can't stop.
Can't stop shitting. Right. Let's do the penultimate one here from Massive Money Fan. Hello, fellas. I know you guys are big fans of Jackass, so I wonder what some of your favorite Jackass stunts are. Keep up the great work, fellow Free Guy fans. So we saw Jackass.
We saw Jackass Forever, the newest one.
Yeah, had a good time.
It was funny. Some lols.
Yeah.
That's actually just torture. That is just straight up like
Yeah.
torture. The bear scene in the new one is very like that's crossing the line.
Well, yeah, I talk about my bear fears pretty commonly.
Yeah.
And that one is like, that would be my nightmare one probably. Especially because that one, there is a timeline where that bear one went wrong.
Yeah.
Mm.
Any of the
I
animal
don't
ones.
trust bears.
Yeah, my favorite ones are the animal ones, like the bear one, like the spider, like having to blow it down the tube. Stuff like that is pretty funny to me.
Anything to do with Chris Pontius's cock is always
Yeah, like
funny.
a snapping turtle biting his cock.
Yeah.
Did you think? Where do you think it ranks out of the like all the movies? Because I think 2's the best one.
I think two's the
two,
best one.
3, Forever one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I need to watch one again, but my favorite Jackass thing is it's like the most simple thing, but they're on penny farthings, and they just cycle into like mounds of snow, just launch.
Yeah, I think
It's
that one's
so
brutal.
simple.
It is
Yeah,
so simple.
It's brutal as fuck, but like I don't know, it just really.
It's got like a good setup. It's like Johnny Knoxville doing the hear you bullshit. That's hilarious on its
Yeah.
own.
And just seeing someone ride a penny farthing, that shit is funny.
Yeah.
There's such ridiculous things.
because isn't Ryan Dunn on one?
Yeah.
Making fun of he's just like, this is fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Why am I letting anyone ride these? And then I think that's one of the worst injuries he ever got was on that crash on that pile of ice.
And then
'Cause
bull
you're
ones as well.
Yeah, you're
12
like
feet
fucking,
high.
Yeah, you're like fucking 4 meters up in the air.
Yeah, they're
Sick.
nuts.
I think my favorite Jackass stunt, just because it's got to be the most extreme one they've ever done, is that whole taxi terrorist one from 2.
That's
They take it so fucking far, but it's just far enough. It's
But also, it's not malicious to anyone outside of Jackass.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It has to. Yeah,
It's
it
got
has
that
to stay.
extremeness to it,
Mm-hmm.
but without it being horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going as far as having those panels of wood that when you slap together it sounds like gunshots and scaring him in the trunk of the car and stuff. That guy gets the worst end of.
God, yeah.
He does
In
of all the
every film.
Jackass movies. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, he had the bear one in the new one. Yeah.
And the cock pogo stick.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Fuck me.
Getting fucking punched in the balls by Francis Ngannou. Ooh. Very funny. They are very funny people, and this is the last Jackass film. You know that era's actually over. There's no way they're doing that anymore.
Did you think the younger crew was maybe trying to see, could we do a new show with kind of the younger crew? There was a whole suite of younger guys doing it.
Yeah.
It worked with the old school Jackass guys though.
You couldn't not have at least them there.
Yeah.
I can understand them being 50 years old and not wanting to fucking
Well, yeah. I don't want to do it at 24.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of them are man, when Johnny Knoxville's flipped by that bull again.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's just put straight into an ambulance.
But even the simple stuff like the skateboard guillotine onto Steve-O's legs, onto his shins. That's a really good one, actually.
That is a good one.
He's meant to stay quiet doing the mime thing. He just screams. Yeah, that shit's funny. But yeah, just that stuff I can't do. I'm not a skater dude.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Jackass 2. That movie's so fucking good.
There was when did Jackass 2 came out? Because that must have
2007.
Was it 7?
Yeah,
because it was it's the edgiest one.
Yeah.
It was the most hardcore shit in it, just pushing it as far as they can. It's not quite that extreme anymore. Although there's a lot of extreme shit in this new one. It's not the case of they could never have made this. It's still pretty much fits in line with those original movies.
Yeah, for sure.
For the most part. Okay, I send this with this one from Leadhead564. Question for James, but any of the boys can answer. Between all the British countries, which have the best driving roads and best drivers?
British countries. Every place has nice roads. But in England, Scotland is you go to Scotland.
What are you on about? Yeah, I thought you were going to have more in depth for Wales roads, English roads, Scotland roads.
No, people go to Scotland.
You don't have any? I thought you were I thought you had harsh opinions on roads. What the fuck?
Are we talking about roads to drive or shit roads? Because if we're talking about
we're talking about
shit roads. Are we talking about you fucking go on the motorway and then you fucking meet one traffic. Everywhere you go, there's roadworks. Everywhere. You can't go anywhere with England without passing one roadwork.
In England. When have
so
you
you're
driven,
saying England?
When have you driven in Wales?
I've driven in Wales.
Okay.
I've driven in Wales.
Okay. When have you driven in Scotland?
I've not driven in Scotland yet myself.
When have you driven in Ireland?
I'm going to drive in Ireland.
Okay.
What are the stereotypes though, as far as Welsh drivers, English drivers, Scottish drivers, Irish drivers?
I don't think there's any stereotype. I think the United Kingdom just has the moto, and BMW stereotypes.
Okay. It's more granular. It's more BMW drivers behave this way.
Yeah,
It's more
just-
about what they're driving as opposed to where
Yeah,
they're
that's what
driving from.
defines the person on the road. It's like there's cars you look out for because they're the ones who are going to cause you problems.
Okay, what do you need to look out for most?
Vauxhall Insignia drivers, motos, BMWs,
Anything else?
people driving white Nissan Laurels. Watch out for
They're the
them.
ones you got to look out for most.
Yeah.
My stomach says that Scotland has the best roads though.
Yes. It does. So if you want to go for a nice drive, go to Scotland. That's why everyone in England goes to Scotland for drives, because that's where the nice stuff is.
Well, plop, plip, ploy, bing, chilling.
Oh, fuck's sake, Alex. We went an hour and a half.
We gotta start again.
Fuck.
Fuck's sake.
Bing-chilling.
Thank you for watching James's dad.